I believe that equality of the sexes, both in the workplace and at home, should make our society and our families stronger and happier. Although our U.S. society is not quite there, we are a heck of a lot closer than when I was growing up. This is not to say men and women should have the same roles, but I believe the different perspective each provides is of equal value. Say it again, men and women have equal value, should not require having the same role. I was interested to hear about a recent study indicating combat units with a mixture of men and women were not as effective as combat units with men alone. I know enough about how study results can be skewed to show the answer the researcher wants, but still, it didn't surprise me that combat units with women might be less effective as killing units. My mother and father were quite different in their roles, both in the community and in the family. And yet, as far as I was concerned, were of equal value in what they each contributed. My mom's role was as peacekeeper, to compromise when a balance was needed, while my dad's role was more rigid, standing for a principle without conciliation. Mom was more emotionally apparent, while Dad was more likely to cover his feelings. Dad could open a stuck jar lid, while Mom was not nearly as physically strong. Although she could be brought to an emotional conflict quickly, my mother was also quick to forgive, while my dad was slow to anger, yet once incensed, he could hold a grudge. They were different, each had their weak and strong points, and yet together, in my eyes, they were awesome. I remember how Mom's attitude changed after she was hired at the DeSmet News, and her regular income lifted the financial burdens about which our family struggled. It changed her role from staying at home raising children to equal partner in supporting the finances of the family. It was interesting to see how their arguments lessened and her painting and creative expressive talent blossomed after that. At least in my family, equality of the sexes should not mean equal roles. Hurrah for the difference.